Hello world, it's Lee Kelson coming to you live from San Francisco and the people you meet in the strangest places, Roman.
Thanks for having us, Lee. Always good to see fellow Australians on the other side of the world.
It's good, and the power of social media. So we connected on LinkedIn last night. You saw one of the Beach City videos, which I'm pretty happy because I feel like now we've had an impact on something.
That's right. So we did. I saw one of your videos with Aaron talking about your trade mission to the US and the trip to Boulder and San Francisco. I happen to be in San Francisco today by chance, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to connect with the group.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and I think it's really good for the group to talk to founders and co-founders that have actually, moved over here and made the transition. You obviously moved to Las Vegas, so that's where your head office is. So we'll talk about RedEye. So obviously, yep. Roman, you're a co-founder of RedEye.
I'm not a co-founder. I'm general manager for North American side of the business. So I joined the business when they were a few years old in Brisbane.
Yep.
And led the finance function, became the CFO, and then when the opportunity presented itself to expand the business into the US, I relocated with my family to Las Vegas to start the North American office.
Fantastic. And you've got young kids, have you?
I've got a 2-year-old and another one on the way.
Wow.
So it's very exciting time in the Gallicops family.
Very much. So look, tell us a little bit about RedEye and the background. I know you started in Queensland. Wayne Gerard, fairly well prominent guy within the ecosystem, and a bit of what I call a keystone, in the ecosystem. So what's RedEye all about?
Yep. So Wayne Gerard and Randall Macon started RedEye back in 2012. They ran an engineering consulting company working in the mining sector and working with a client who kept giving them the wrong version of an engineering drawing, which caused errors, delays, and all sorts of frustrations. So they went to market and tried to find a solution for the client, couldn't find it, and then ended up building RedEye from scratch. So RedEye DMS is a cloud-based and mobile solution for large asset owners to help them manage their engineering drawings and data.
Right, fantastic. And so you've established the office in Las Vegas. Now that's a little bit of a left of field type of thing. Most people, the holy grail is sort of like, the rite of passage is San Francisco. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So what happens in Vegas?
Well, in Vegas, we were really lucky. So we secured a long-term contract with the Las Vegas Valley Water District and Southern Nevada Water Authority, managing over 500,000 engineering drawings. So it really has given us a sustainable base to land in the US and expand from there. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas, so we're trying to spread the word and really, I guess, share our experience about expanding into the US.
Right. That's fantastic. And so I mean, cornerstone customer like that, how did that come about?
So it really it's really thanks to an organization called WaterStart. They're a non-for-profit based out of Nevada, and they really help technology companies start working in Nevada. They solve specific problems that are faced by water utilities and large water consumers, and management of electrical as-built was a problem for one of their members. Right. We started talking to them and ended up solving not only the problem with electrical as-builts, but also all of their drawings associated with the entire infrastructure.
Well, that's interesting because, when you're developing a go-to-market strategy and you're trying to find those low-hanging fruit customers and, you're specifically in the engineering space, would that have been an area of utility that you would have looked at as being, say, our low-hanging fruit that we're going to go after?
Yeah, we definitely knew that we could be very successful in the water sector. Right. We have Queensland Urban Utilities as our client and have had for a little while now. So when we started talking to the water utility in Vegas, we could share those lessons learned and really sort of the best practice for managing engineering drawings in the water sector. It's not always the same from vertical to vertical. So having that vertical specific experience and expertise definitely helped us.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a great success story. And so where to for RedEye now? Like you're obviously based in the US. I imagine you've got a pipeline that's building. Yep, which is encouraging. So what's next?
So I guess the world is our oyster.
Yeah, definitely.
We're continuing focusing on the water sector in the US, just sort of to make sure that we're deploying our capital in the most efficient way.
Yep.
But similar to Australia and everywhere else in the world, we have experience in mining, in power and health, in oil and gas. So we'll be applying those lessons learned to other verticals in the US as well.
Yeah. So from the perspective of being able to build a business case around this particular engagement with the water utility in Las Vegas, you can then take that into a sort of a business case and then drop that into other water utilities. Is that the plan?
Absolutely. So water utilities, I guess, they're not as competitive in nature as some organizations in the private sector. So they really do enjoy sharing their experiences. So if you end up doing a successful pilot with a water utility, and we were really lucky to work with 5th largest water utility in the US. Yeah. They're definitely helping us spread the word and open new doors for us in the US.
Yeah, so I mean, I suppose is the Hoover Dam, and that's in Nevada, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Just on the border though, is it? Or?
It's a half an hour drive away from Las Vegas.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's sort of on the way to the Grand Canyon, right?
That's correct. So the Hoover Dam is, I guess, what creates the what they call Lake Mead,
yep.
And that's where they draw their drinking water from.
Right. Okay. So great to connect with you in San Francisco, and you had a great chat with the guys. So if a startup's looking to come over to the US, have you got a piece of advice to perhaps to share with them?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's what we've learned is, and we're really lucky with, is find a partner and solve a specific problem.
Right.
So don't go with hoping to solve many problems for many different organizations.
Right.
Focus on something and do that well, and I guess go from there.
So there you go. Focus on a problem, find a partner, and work it from there. Good advice, mate. So give us a high five.
Thanks for having us.
No, pleasure. Good stuff. See ya.